Hey everybody, welcome to Growing Up Geek, the weekly podcast for geek entertainment and nostalgia. My name is Brad and I am joined by my brother Rob.
How's it going?
2008 has only just begun, and yet there are already a lot of great games. We got Burnout, we got No More Heroes for the Wii has been doing well.
I know you even have stuff like Res HD on Marketplace that came out. Little nuggets from all over that really help with this drought that normally would be.
Yeah, it's certainly not typical. The reason for that, I think, is that a lot of AAA titles from last year got delayed and pushed into this year.
Yeah.
But what we're going to talk about is games that have not yet come out that we are anticipating, and we're each going to go ahead and give our top three. So without further ado, I will kick it to you for your number three.
Yeah, okay. Well, I should start by saying that none of these are in any particular order.
Right.
You know, I love all these games equally and unconditionally.
There you go.
But yeah, kind of keying off of what you said about games that were pushed into 2008.
Right.
My first entry into my three really anticipated games for 2008 is pretty obvious, but I can't go without saying it. Grand Theft Auto 4.
There it is.
And I don't know, there's this thing about Grand Theft Auto. I look back on playing Vice City, look back on playing San Andreas, and, you know, those were both, like, such fun times.
Yeah.
You know, just good times playing that. And I don't know if it was just coincidence with, like, what was going on in my life at the time. I don't know. But I always enjoy a Grand Theft Auto game. I almost don't need reviews to tell me if it's good. I don't need to wait. It's one of those few games that I think, like, on day one, I could be there, pick it up, take it home, and be enraptured by it.
Right.
Rockstar they have a great way of injecting, like, life into these games.
Yeah.
You play a lot of these open world games that have caught on since the Grand Theft Auto series came out, and they're just so dead. Character is what Grand Theft Auto really is all about. That's what sells me on it, you know. Everybody can remember, like, Love Fist from Vice City, you know. Everybody can remember the radio stations. Fernando, for crying out loud. Just, it's this audio that brings what would normally be a dead city to life. Right. And so I'm just looking forward to the new characters. I love this approach of using the Russian mob.
Right.
Vice City kind of stole from, like, a lot of the movies about the Italian mob. San Andreas stole from movies like Boys in the Hood, or, you know, they didn't steal, but it had those as references. There really haven't been that many movies until recently about the Russian mob. They're all kind of, like, creating this new universe, and I, for one, am very excited about it. The game looks phenomenal, and I love the approach of, like, they're going to condense it down. Like, it's going to be a smaller city, but it's going to be more interesting with all the things you can do. So that's my first game.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm going to go ahead and agree with you that my number three that I'm looking forward to is Grand Theft Auto. And it is my third most anticipated because I have my reservations. Actually, I've never played a Grand Theft Auto game, so I'm sort of coming into this whole thing as a newbie. By the time that I noticed it gaining popularity, the graphics engine had been being dragged around since 2001, and they weren't really revamping it.
Right.
And for me, graphics really matter in a game, so I sort of avoided it for that reason. But I'm looking forward to you know, the 360 and the PS3 generations Grand Theft Auto. Maybe the graphics this time will be, you know, good enough to convey, you know, what I was looking for. But the trailers, I've thought, looked kind of janky in the graphics department. So I'm concerned about that. But if Rockstar is able to pull off what you and everybody else has said that they have, then it should be a pretty awesome game. So I definitely agree with you.
Oh yeah, I mean, graphics has always been an issue when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, but I don't think, you know, that's been their centerpiece. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to number two. This game, I've been wanting to come out for a while. I think this was announced even before the 360 was released.
Okay.
And its release date is still fourth quarter 2008, so it's kind of like, will it really make it this year? And I'm hoping. My second game that I'm really interested in is Huxley. Okay?
Ah, interesting.
I know.
Probably a game most people haven't heard of.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons I also want to put this out there. If you haven't heard of Huxley, go look it up now. Huxley. What this is, it's a massive multiplayer first-person shooter slash role-playing game, because it has all it has all the upgradable stuff and the buying and selling that a role-playing game has. So it has more depth than, say, PlanetSide. Oh, and it runs on the Unreal 3 engine, so it looks gorgeous.
Wow.
Okay,
very nice.
Very, very nice. But the reason why I'm so excited about this game and why I really wanted to come out is because there is yet to be a really substantial, massive multiplayer game for the consoles. Massive multiplayer is right now just flooding the PC. World of Warcraft being the top with 10 million users, But it's still that whole kind of PC approach to MMOs. And the sad part is, like, any massive multiplayer game that comes out on a console is basically a port of the PC or a port of the PC philosophy on MMOs, which is like you need to buy a keyboard so you can type to people.
Right.
It's just so bogged down and it's heavy, And I want a game that's like, all right, I pick up my Xbox controller, I plug in my headset, and that's all I need.
Right.
For that reason, I'm really looking forward to Huxley, because I just want a game built from the ground up that is tons of people all interacting, but via something as strong and cool as, like, Xbox Live. If WebZen, the people who are making it, can get it out there by fourth quarter, I think it'll definitely raise some eyebrows at least.
I thought you said erase some eyebrows. I was like, wow, that is surprising.
Their faces will just be burnt, no hair.
To a crisp.
So, yeah, Huxley.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that, too. It's one that I only knew from you telling me about it, so I guess they need to get to work on their promotion. But
right.
I agree with you that as good a job as Microsoft's been doing with Xbox Live, it would seem a waste to not at least do one MMO really well. Having said that, my number 2 is a game called Mercenaries World in Flames.
Wow.
Which, hey.
That's going to singe some eyebrows.
Yeah, that's going to burn some faces. The world is literally in flames. How can you not want to play? But no, actually, I think it earns its title. I would encourage people, just go look at the video. Basically, it's called Blow Up Everything. It's a fully destructible world. And that's been thrown around a lot, that terminology, but literally you are hijacking civilian and military vehicles in what seems like contained areas and blowing the heck out of everything that you see. Just one feature is that you can throw a grappling hook out to a flying helicopter, grab onto it, pull yourself up, throw the pilot out, and take control of the helicopter and begin raining missiles down. If that doesn't excite you, I don't think you have a pulse. This game looks awesome.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to setting the world on fire.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like you're working for the PR department there.
Okay, let me take that back. I'm looking forward to this game.
Oh, okay.
There you go. I like games.
This game, good game. Cool. Yeah, I wasn't expecting... I think Mercenaries really wasn't even something I thought about. But blowing things up, nobody should underestimate blowing things up.
Exactly. Not the most intellectual game on the list, but hey.
Right.
What can I say?
All right. Now my third and final choice.
Yes.
Though not by any means like the last game I'd ever considered for 2008. There are tons of great games, and these are just 3 that I really kind of wanted to highlight. But my third choice is Fallout 3.
Awesome.
Yes. Because this game, I mean, Fallout was one of my games when I played as a child on the PC.
It was a PC game, yeah.
Yeah. It just made such an impact, and a lot of people talk about BioShock's unique approach to games. Go play Fallout and you'll see that a lot of what BioShock does is there already in Fallout. This kind of alternate universe, let's say, in the 1950s or whatever, where the nuclear strikes really did happen. You've gone into a vault until radiation levels die off, and then you leave the vault for whatever extenuating circumstances. In the original game, it was that your water systems were failing and you needed a new water chip. And then you go explore the world that has, come after the nuclear fallout.
Right.
And there's mutants and there's cyborgs, and there's just, shanty towns of people who are just scraping by, eating Brahmin meat, which is a two-headed cow.
Brahmin meat.
It's being developed by Bethesda, who did Oblivion.
Right.
And if you didn't like Oblivion because maybe it was too much about elves and dwarves and orcs and you've had enough of fantasy, Fallout is going to probably help you out a bit because this is a game in the future.
Right.
There's guns, there's, all kinds of cool things. And they show this shot of a battle with a mutant, and you see that you can target individually the different parts of his body and the percentages of where you're going to hit him and stuff like that. So I'm super excited about Fallout. It's hearkening back to a better time for me.
Yeah.
What's exciting to me is that Interplay has started up again. They made such great games.
They made Clay Fighter, didn't they?
They might have made Clay Fighter.
Not
I know that
Exhibit A for great games, but hey.
yeah, they made Clay Fighter. I was going to say Earthworm Jim
better choice.
Was an Interplay game. Yeah. So these are games, and they've stated an interest in recreating these games as long as somebody will give them money. Because they're kind of
hurting after Clay Fighter.
Yeah.
But yes, Interplay.
Working with Bethesda to create Fallout 3, which is so freaking exciting. And go check out the trailer, because all that stuff is running in real time, and all that stuff looks phenomenal. So, Brotherhood of Steel, I want to join you and fire up a Gatling gun at mutants.
Well, I was going to say one of my big memories is watching somebody just eviscerate a Brahmin with a Gatling gun. So that's a great choice, I think.
Yeah.
So now we've come to my most anticipated game of 2008. It's right that it should follow your big nostalgia choice there, because this is 100% pure nostalgia, baby, and that is Street Fighter 4. I am looking forward to this game. As I said that, actually, the hair stood on the back of my neck. That's nerdy, but hey, it happened. I'm going to admit it.
I know.
Street Fighter 4, it puts hair on your chest, it raises the hair on the back of your neck. I don't give a crap if people want to talk bad about this game. I just want to put this out there, kind of like you want to put Huxley out there.
Right.
That's a weird sentence.
Get some ointment for my Huxley.
Oh, God. Just like you want to put that out there, I want to let the world know that I am excited about Street Fighter 4. I don't care if nobody else is. I've heard some cynical people say, well, fighting games in the year 2008. Don't care about you. Don't care about that comment. I just want my Street Fighter 4. For anybody who doesn't know, it's been a long time since Street Fighter 3, and it was a long time before that Street Fighter 2 had come out, and they're all very fast-paced. They're basically some of the original and most popular fighting games ever made. And if I play Street Fighter, my favorite being the Alpha series, if I play that, I still get so excited that I just jump off the couch at the end and just smack my fist together, or yell something, because the pace in that game is just super fast, and I haven't found its equal in three-dimensional fighting games, which tend to me be more fluid in their motion but not as fast. And so Capcom announced Street Fighter 4 would be 3D, and I was a little bit hesitant, but having seen the footage, they're actually going for the speed of 2D fighting mixed with the three-dimensional graphics, and that very exciting, because that to me is the biggest draw of Street Fighter. Is if you play against somebody who knows what they're doing, you can really just have a great strategic battle royale. And so I just had to put that out there.
Yeah, man, that's totally awesome. I mean, I've heard, I watched some of the interviews with the developer they got for Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
He actually said, they're getting that game to run faster than is playable at first, so that then they can tone it back.
Right. I can sense that they do care about getting back to sort of some of the roots of it, and so, that sounds awesome.
Also, I mean, just Capcom is really getting their stuff together. A game I thought about mentioning, but I'll mention it now, that I'm also looking forward to is Bionic Commando.
Heck yeah. It's already shaping up to be a great year for games.
Yeah, gaming great in 2008. Ho-ho.
You said it best, my friend.
Ouch.
And on that note, if you'd like to send us an email and let us know your picks for your most anticipated games of 2008, please do. Our email address is mail, M-A-I-L, at growing-up-geek.com. Send us one. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening and geeking out with us. My name is Brad.
And I'm Rob.
And we'll see you later.